Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're going to take a really unique journey right into the mind of a comedian.
Yeah, should be interesting.
Our source material is Gary Owen's stand-up, specifically from his Black Famous special. Really funny stuff, but also sharp. And our mission really is to unpack the surprising bits of wisdom, the, cultural observations kind of hidden in the humor.
Right.
You might be genuinely surprised by how much insight you can get from a good laugh.
Oh, absolutely. We often just think of comedy as, entertainment, pure fun.
Yeah.
But it's also this incredibly powerful lens, isn't it? You can use it to look at society, cultural stuff, even the unwritten rules we all follow.
Or don't follow.
Exactly. So we'll be looking at how Gary Owen uses his unique view to talk about identity, community, and just the weirdness of modern life.
Okay, so let's jump right in. This whole concept he introduces, Black Famous,
Right.
he defines it as like being recognized by Black people in a city, maybe not by white people. He uses Cincinnati as his example. What kind of recognition is he really talking about here? It sounds specific.
It is specific.
Yeah.
And what Owen's getting at is a type of recognition that's totally separate from mainstream celebrity culture.
Okay.
It taps into this really strong sense of community, of shared identity, where being known isn't just about fame, it's more about belonging.
Belonging.
Yeah, and cultural resonance, that kind of feeling of, oh yeah, that's our guy. It's built on connection, not just, seeing a face everywhere.
And he talks about the benefits, too. He claims when Black people know you and like you, they'll hook you up. In his words, don't give a shoot about the rules, which he then compares to white people who, he jokes, say, we want to help you, but we can't, company policy.
Yeah, it's a sharp contrast. And Owen's observations there, they really highlight how different groups might approach rules and trust.
How so?
Well, it's more than just a hookup, right? He's showing how these community bonds, especially maybe in groups that feel kind of outside the mainstream systems, they create these powerful, informal networks. Mutual aid, you could call it. It's pragmatic. It's how people navigate systems that maybe weren't built for them. They build their own social currency.
He's got stories to back this up, like really vivid ones. The Bengals game, for instance.
Oh, yeah.
He says he gets recognized by a Black security guard who doesn't just let him in, he gets him right onto the sidelines, pre-game.
Right. Inside the ropes.
Exactly. Then a white security guard comes over, starts questioning him, asking for credentials, and another Black security guard steps in, defends him, basically tells the other guy off and shouts, Gary, I got this from the 30 to the end zone, like claiming territory for him.
That's a perfect illustration, isn't it? It shows that hookup thing in action.
Totally.
And it shows the give and take, how personal ties can just completely bypass the official way of doing things. It's funny, but it's also, pretty insightful about how social capital works differently in different places, based on shared background, mutual recognition.
It's not just a one-way street either.
No, definitely not. It's often reciprocal.
Like the Avis story, that one is, wow. He deliberately waits for the Black counteragent.
Okay.
She knows who he is instantly. Upgrades him to an Escalade for 4 days for $34.
34 total, not per day.
Total. And tells him, don't even worry about putting gas in it.
Wow.
And then he, in turn, offers her tickets to his show.
Oh.
See, reciprocity.
Exactly. That's that informal network, that exchange of trust and, value within the community. It makes you wonder how much of this stuff goes on under the surface of, official rules.
Right.
For Owen, being Black famous isn't just being recognized, it's being connected in a real, tangible way.
Okay, so moving from those personal dynamics, he also tackles media, specifically Netflix.
Oh, that fun.
His big complaint is about their program descriptions. He brings up documentaries like on Jeffrey Epstein or Aaron Hernandez, and kind of jokes that the people in them are wilding or doing too much, basically saying the descriptions don't capture how intense the real story is. They kind of soften it.
Yeah, that's a really good point about media literacy, actually. How do these platforms frame things? Is it accurate, or is it, maybe sanitized or sensationalized?
Right.
Because people rely on those little blurbs, don't they, to decide what to watch. So if they're off, it really changes your expectations or hides how disturbing something might actually be.
And he uses this one documentary, Abducted in Plain Sight, as his prime example.
Oh, I've heard about that one.
The Netflix description is basically, daughter kidnapped twice by a neighbor. Simple. But Owen reveals the actual story.
Yeah.
It involves the neighbor having sexual relations with the dad.
What?
Using that to blackmail him after the first kidnapping. Then the neighbor also has relations with the mom before kidnapping the daughter again.
Okay, wow. That's leagues beyond the description.
Totally. And Owen's reaction is immediate. That's some white people shit right there. That would never happen. No black family.
It's a strong reaction.
But then he clarifies. He specifies Utah white. So he's not making some broad racial thing. He's pointing to a very specific cultural context, he thinks, where this kind of unbelievable stuff could happen.
Yeah, that distinction is interesting. It's less about race itself and more about a cultural boundary he perceives, something so far outside his own experience or understanding that his reaction is just visceral shock.
And it gets even crazier. Bowen says the dad narrates the documentary.
The dad narrates that.
Yes, describing like how the neighbor's penis was out and needed a release, and the dad released him. Owen says he was just on his phone, heard it, had to rewind, like, wait, what?
I don't even know what to say to that. That's truth being way stranger than fiction.
Right. And the kicker, after he watched this, Netflix recommended Brokeback Mountain and The Crying Game.
Oh, the algorithm, of course.
They can't make it up.
It's almost darkly funny. The algorithm just trying to pattern match based on viewing history. It satirizes itself sometimes, doesn't it? Either comically wrong or, like here, maybe a bit too creepily on the nose. Shows the limits of AI trying to grasp human complexity. Or depravity, maybe.
Okay, shifting gears from true crime weirdness, Owen also talks about just, like, everyday absurdities, local stuff. Starts with the Cincinnati Zoo, says it's a nice zoo, top-notch. But the area around it, so rough, he jokes, that if a lion escaped, it wouldn't get far because addicts would try to get some char at the lion, like mug the lion.
Haha, yeah, that's classic observational humor, finding the funny in those stark contrasts. It's a very specific, kind of gritty urban viewpoint, isn't it? Street smarts applied to wildlife.
And then he moves on to funerals. And heaven.
Always fertile ground for comedy.
He jokes he's never been to a funeral where they said the person was going to hell. He imagines this super honest preacher telling the family, yeah, Jerry, he's going to keep on going down. Yeah, he's definitely poking fun at that need we have for a positive send-off, right? How we kind of sanitize things when someone dies.
Yeah.
Gloss over the complicated bits.
It's universal, that impulse.
Totally. We want that comforting narrative. He just brings a bit of bracing honesty to it.
He also mentions the saved homeboy thing.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the friend who apparently found Jesus like 5 minutes before dying, even though Owen was just with him Saturday and Jesus definitely wasn't mentioned then.
Right. The deathbed conversion narrative.
And he notes how black funerals specifically can be really long, like longer than church. And you end up learning all this random stuff about the person. Like suddenly you find out your uncle was a cornhole champion in college.
It's true. Funerals in many communities, especially black communities, are these really significant social events. Extended grieving, sharing memories.
Right.
And yeah, sometimes revealing these wonderfully quirky, unexpected life details. It's not just sad, it's also celebrating the whole person, quirks and all. Well, speaking of quirks, Owen gets really specific about his own funeral wishes. And it's hilarious.
Oh, yeah. What does he want or not want?
He absolutely does not want anyone showing up wearing a T-shirt with his picture on it.
Okay. Why?
Especially not one where he's smiling, looking like he's happy I'm dead. But
Yeah.
the main reason, he's worried about what happens to the shirt after.
After.
Yeah. He doesn't want his face ending up as like a dusting rag or used to wash the car. He finds it undignified.
That is surprisingly practical and funny.
He says he prefers a hoodie. And if people don't get the memorial T-shirt thing, he tells them to watch First 48.
Connecting it to that real-world practice you see often in crime docs. It's such a specific take, isn't it? That anxiety about your image literally becoming a dish rag.
Right.
It's funny, but it also kind of touches on how we memorialize people, maybe the temporary nature of some tributes, even a subtle critique of grief becoming merchandise. He wants control over his image, even posthumously on clothing.
So that concern about image, public perception, it leads into his views on public versus private life, especially as a celebrity.
Makes sense.
He names 2 shows he would never want to end up on, First 48, obviously, and To Catch a Predator.
Yeah, okay. Those choices definitely speak volumes.
About what?
Well, about that broader fear we all kind of have now about being watched, judged publicly, shamed online. And for someone famous like him, the stakes are way, way higher. One wrong move, one private mess gets out, and it's everywhere. Career-altering stuff. He's drawing a clear line.
And he knows about public messes. He talks about his divorce. It was all over TMZ, the blogs.
Right, very public.
He mentions Eva Marcille's podcast co-host, questioning if he was even famous, then questioning his money when the whole $44,000 a month child support thing came out.
Oof. Yeah, that kind of scrutiny must be intense.
His response was pure Gary Owen. He DM'd her. Said, bakery, she stay in my pocket. Meaning he has his own money, and that's more listeners than you got.
Okay, direct. But it shows that pressure, doesn't it? To fight back, defend your status, your finances, when it's all being picked apart publicly. He's not just taking it, he's pushing back, owning his narrative, even in the DMs.
And he kind of plays with that narrative, too. He teases everyone, saying nobody has guessed the real reason for the divorce, calls it a monster twist.
Oh, intriguing. Does he say what it is?
No, but he uses this funny common sense argument. He says, look, it's been 7 months. Have any inappropriate pictures or videos of me leaked? No.
Okay.
Well, that's because my side hoes are loyal, goddammit.
Oh,
Then he goes off on this riff, comparing his supposed ladies on LinkedIn, professionals with W-2s, something to lose, to Instagram hoes, whose main asset is crazy head game, but they only need $200 a month rent.
That is quite the comparison.
But then, crucially, he pulls back. Says, these are jokes, I'm kidding. All this shit's fake.
Right. That disclaimer is key. But it's brilliant in a way. He's totally subverting the gossip. He knows people are speculating, so he throws out this outrageous, detailed, funny scenario.
Takes control.
Exactly. He controls the narrative through humor. That whole bit about the different kinds of side hoes is this wild satirical commentary on relationships, money, status, all wrapped up in a joke to deflect the actual serious stuff. It's pretty masterful, actually.
And finally, he touches on just general privacy. He says he's proud he keeps his business off the internet. Unlike people who post everything, often starting with that classic line, now y'all know me, I don't like putting my personal business out there, right before they spill everything.
Yeah, we've all seen those posts.
He even mentions he got COVID, early on, but he never posted pray for me or asked for prayer warriors. He's like, what even is a prayer warrior?
That's a good question. But yeah, that connects to the whole culture of oversharing online, doesn't it? That performance of struggle, maybe.
Seems like it.
Owen's clearly pushing back against that. He values his privacy, and he seems kind of skeptical about the performative side of seeking public sympathy online. Even for something serious like getting sick, he's asking why the need to broadcast everything? What's the real value in that?
Wow. Okay, what a deep dive that was.
Yeah.
We went from Black famous and community hookups to crazy documentary twists, thoughts on zoos and funerals, and right into celebrity divorce gossip and online privacy, all through Gary Owen's comedy.
It really shows how powerful comedy can be, doesn't it? Even when it's loud and outrageous, it can cut through things, distill these complex social ideas, these cultural truths, into something you can laugh at, but also really understand.
Yeah.
His stories give you this fascinating window into identity, community, how humor helps us navigate, everything.
So for you listening, what's the takeaway here? Maybe next time you hear a joke or even just a funny story, take a second. Think about what it might be saying underneath the surface. What unspoken rules is it playing with? What assumptions is it challenging?
Right. Could humor actually be a kind of shortcut? A way to get at deeper truths about the world, and maybe even about ourselves?
Definitely something to chew on.